Only problem, I bought it from a fake seller.
Let's check something real quick. Oh yeah, they just shim this thing right in. This is my favorite test while walking property. Hello? Anybody here? What's going on, guys? It's James with ProjectRE, and we're outside of one of our students' flips. ProjectRE. It's in Edmonds. He just flipped it. He paid $495 for it, put $120,000 in the renovation, and then how much did he sell it for?
$775, and we went pending in only 1 day.
1 day, and they say the market's slow. Sold it. So you're making roughly 70 grand on this property.
That's right.
That's not so bad. So what we're gonna do now, though, just like, you know, it's great talking about the math, but we want to talk about what did he do with this project. And we're gonna walk through, we're gonna go through the before and after, different little issues we had, and just kind of take you through a rundown of Tyler's second successful flip. So Tyler, right here, so this property was absolutely hammered when you got it.
Yeah, this was a hoarder house for sure.
And a lot different than your condo you flipped the first time.
That's right. Yeah, the first flip I did was easy cosmetic condo. This one was a little more banged up, so it was a bigger project for sure.
And to put that in reference, in his condo, I could have gone in there, grabbed a pillow, and slept on the floor. It would have been fine. This one,
no,
not so much.
Not doing that.
You wouldn't even want to take a pee in the toilet. So what did you do on the outside? So this thing, a lot of times when we're flipping homes, they need a lot of exterior work. You know, there's a lot of deferred maintenance, which adds to expense. So right here, you had a beat up, old dated house. What did you do for your flip, like to get it to the new age? What kind of things did you have to do to the outside to get this in?
Yeah, so I did a lot. I mean, one obvious thing was the landscaping. The curb appeal is super important. We did new garage doors. The siding was actually fine. It just needed a good paint job. So painted the siding, of course. New gutters on this one, all new windows. And we rebuilt the deck on the front here. But the roof was actually good, so I was able to save some money there.
Oh, you saved money on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a huge win, because I thought we budgeted for that.
Yeah, but it was fine. It just needed a clean.
Okay, there we go. Clean it up. Cleaning up works. So like as you do this, you guys, when you're flipping houses, you got to take it to that new age. But so Tyler, not every time you have to replace the windows though. So how did you come up with the scope of work for the exterior of the house, right? You put a new front door in, new windows, you cleaned up the roof, painted the siding. Like how did you make these decisions as you were looking at buying this property? Because that's the hard thing. Like, what do you do to it? What don't you do to it?
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, it really comes down to comps, right? Yep. So I'm looking at the flipped houses that have actually sold, because that proves value. And I figured out, okay, how can I replicate that? And so that's really it. I had to decide, what do I need to do? What do I not need to do to get my house to look like these flipped comps?
Yeah, and that's the key, guys. As you're flipping homes, you just want to copy the comps. Like what you establish a value, what you're targeting, and then as you create your scope of work, you just want to document out what does that house have that yours doesn't, and then that creates your scope of work. Dude, the inside looks phenomenal here. So again, you guys, this place was absolutely hammered. It was very sectioned off. What did you do in this project to get it more modernized, to get it this high premium value? Because $775 is a really high number for this house.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So in here, we added these can lights to give the place some light. It was way too dark in here. Added some bigger windows in the kitchen. Right where we're standing, actually, there used to be a wall. So this is where the refrigerator was. It felt very sectioned off. And so we took the wall out. It was not load bearing, so it was pretty easy to do. And that makes a huge difference to the feel of the living room. It really opens it up. So from between that and then we did some nice style pieces. We had an accent wall here, did some shiplap above the fireplace. So just a little bit of little pizzazz that doesn't cost a lot of money, but it really sets you apart when you go on market.
A little bit of pizzazz. Make sure you put pizzazz in your house. Make sure, but no, yeah, and what Tyler talked about, guys, is so, so important, right? It's not just about, like, his kitchen looks amazing. You put in new white shaker cabinets, all new quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances, which everybody wants, right? You want to look at the comps, what's selling, what's not selling, work with your brokers. I know you work closely with Megan at Heat and Dainard Real Estate. She helps you kind of design the property and helps with the flavor of it, the pizzazz.
The pizzazz.
The pizzazz.
No, that's really important, and you need a good designer or listing agent. In my case, it's Megan, my listing agent. She comes up with all of the design. We put gold fixtures throughout. That's really hot right now.
Yeah, we sometimes like adding that little extra flavor makes a huge difference. So always build the right team. Get team that can help you push through your project, not just service it, right? Like, it's not a listing broker that's just slapping a sign in the yard. She was working with you the whole way through the project, and that makes a big difference. But one thing that Tyler pointed out, which is huge on selling your property, is adding in natural light, right? It's more than just updating the kitchens. Like, adding these can lights gives it, so when you come in, it feels bright, feels warm. They expanded the windows so you can come in and it feels airy and open. And with taking this wall out, it gives you this first impression that a buyer falls in love with. They got a nice open floor plan, people can entertain, they can have their friends over, but not only that, it doesn't feel like they're in a little box. And so never underestimate the natural light and the light feature, because this is a huge mistake a lot of flippers do, especially on flip number 2, is they don't think about that overhead lighting.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
And it'll make a huge difference with your client's experience or your potential buyers coming through. So let's check out the rest of the house.
Yeah, so right here, actually, these railings, this was a change order for me.
This is fancy pants. This was not on our spec sheet.
It was not on the spec sheet. Originally, there were some old wooden railings. The house was built in 1985, and it looked and felt that way. And we were just gonna paint them, but this is the first thing you see when you walk in the house, right? So it's all about that first impression. This was $2,500. To me, it was worth it to get that first impression when you walk through the door, and I think it looks great.
Yeah, so not only did he open the whole thing up, he spent, this is a budget upgrade, guys, but Tyler's original ARV was what, $750?
That's right, yeah. It's supposed to be $750. We listed at $775, and on the first day, we got a good offer that I accepted. So I'd say it was worth it. And
that's, yeah, some little upgrades can get you there. Now this looks absolutely killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. This looks amazing. So this bathroom obviously looked a lot different. It was a lot tighter. What did you do inside this bathroom besides like just nail the specs? Did Megan pick all this tile out?
Megan picked out all the finishes, all the tile, which I think looks awesome. Right here, there actually used to be a coat closet, and it just wasn't really we don't need a coat closet, and so we deleted that. It's just framing, and then that allowed space for a double vanity, which there's 2 bedrooms up here. I figured that was the good play. I think it looks great. And this bathroom was hammered when we bought it. It was really gross,
to say the least.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna touch it. But when you're flipping, you're replacing it all anyways. So I see that stuff, and it doesn't scare me.
That's a good thing. You can't get scared flipping houses. So, and one thing that I want to also talk about is the cohesive design, right? The bathrooms matching up with the kitchen, the flooring, it all ties together, the paint scheme. But then going for like, it's a very timeless renovation here. It's not busy, it's not crazy. We have penny tile all the way through, with a little bit different gray color, matches up with the floors. You have a clean tile with, and then the accent with the herringbone tile coming in through here. And then this is tying in with the floors, so it's very cohesive. That's important as you're renovating homes, is tying it all together, right? Every piece of this bathroom all kind of comes together, which the more your house is cohesive, the higher money you're gonna make out of it, which is again why he sold it for $775, $25,000 more than he originally thought.
Yeah, no, it's important because a lot of amateur flippers, they will kind of piece it together and they don't have a good design, an eye for design, and it feels that way. When the buyers are walking through, they don't really pick up on it or think about it, but they feel something is off. It feels cheap if it's not cohesive. So super important to keep it all together.
Yeah, a non-confused buyer will give you a non-confused price. It'll be a high price. So, and then we got 2 bedrooms over here. And then let's go down and check out the basement because that's pretty standard, straightforward. So also what you did here, it looks like you did all the flooring throughout the whole property.
Yep.
How did you pick the spec? Did you go like, as far as this goes? Because this looks like a gray LVP flooring.
Yeah, my contractor actually had this flooring on hand. And so it was a quick, this project, I wanted to get in and out as quick as possible because the seasons are changing here in Seattle. So it's about to get rainy, it's about to get dark, and it's not a good time for selling. So the gray LVP, I think it looks fine, but that was actually a decision about speed.
And sometimes it's speed and budget too, you guys. As you're negotiating flips, you got to figure out how to cut costs down. And by working with your general contractor, he might, like General came to Tyler and said, hey, look, I got this extra flooring. I can make your budget work if I can use this type of floor. Mm-hmm. And so it's a team effort. Bring in your designer, with Megan at Heat and Dainard Real Estate, Tyler's buying the property, and then they're working with the contractor to figure out how to make it look amazing, but also get it done in budget because spending more doesn't always make sense. You still sold this property for more because you upgraded the right things, but then you worked with the contractor on how to keep your budget down that didn't jeopardize the sale, but kept money in your pocket. Because other than that, if it wasn't left over, you might have paid like another $1 a foot for your flooring, which could be $2,000 to $3,000 on your house.
That's right. Let's walk over here into the.
Yeah. So what did you do to the basement down here?
Yeah. So we pretty much kept it all the same, but this was a decision. So when I bought the house, I was walking through here and I was trying to decide, do I do a quick cosmetic rehab and get it in and out as quick as possible back on market for the same floor plan, a 3-bed, 2-bath, or do I try to add a master in-suite? Because I was looking at the comps and we had a high comp at 900 with a master in-suite. Yep. So that was the debate. Do I add the master in-suite? It's gonna take a few more months of construction, then I'm selling in the winter, but I might be able to push the ARV. Ultimately, we decided to get in and out as quick as possible and just keep it the same layout.
Yeah, and that's an important thing. That's highest and best use for your money and your time when you're going through deals. So like Tyler said, he could have put a primary suite in, but it would have taken more time and money. And in addition to, you want to look at what you're working with here, because upstairs we had it's a tighter 2-bedroom, 1-bath. For us to get that primary upstairs would have sacrificed a bedroom up top, which would have been okay. We would have been a 1-bedroom primary suite and another half-bath there, but then you would have had 2 bedrooms in the basement as well, and you would have been kind of missing a living space at that point.
Yeah.
And so you could have spent more money on the renovation and even maybe not even sold it for that number. So it's about evaluating those layouts. Is it achievable? And when we looked at it, we were like, this is gonna be too much brain damage to move this house around, and you might not even hit that high number just because of the space he was working with.
Yeah.
But it looks killer down here. So this got all refinished out, all new flooring down here, and then you did have this third bedroom was already down here, right?
Yeah, third bedroom's already here.
This bathroom was all redone as well.
Yeah, bathroom turned out great.
Look at you, fancy pants! You put tile in your basement bath.
I know.
I'm a firm believer. I always put vinyl in my basement bath unless it's really expensive, because it just saves money. It's the basement bath, but it looks awesome.
I think it looks good.
Well, and you obviously got the premium, so it all worked out.
Yeah.
But you did all new, again, you tied everything together. You got kind of your gray and white tones. It's cohesive. It looks different than your other bathroom, but it all ties together.
Yeah, different, a little bit special. I think it turned out well.
And then we got a 4th bedroom through here. We got the egress windows, and yeah, it looks killer.
It looks good. And then the last thing was we finished the garage. We put drywall up and painted it.
Got it.
And that doesn't cost that much money, but it just looks and feels so good.
Yeah, it gives that warm and fuzzy. And again, you guys, warm and fuzzy gets you the high dollars. And then not only that, you did a massive amount of landscaping in the back because you got a family-friendly house.
Yep.
Look at your demographics, who's buying your property. He spent, a good, 10% of your budget in the landscaping?
Yeah.
10% of the total budget was spent on landscaping, but it attracts the right buyer. This is a family-friendly house. They want their kids playing in the backyard. Improve those spaces, and you'll get that premium. Well, Tyler, you crushed the renovation.
Thank you.
You went from condo flipping, easy.
Yep.
You can move right in, to a nasty hoarder house. So I know we chatted on Monday, but what's next? Like you're taking your steps in your real estate journey. What is the next flip you're gonna do? You keep going bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I've kind of had this nice progression. So now I'm really thinking that I want to either build like a dadu, get into development, or maybe buy like an old craftsman house that has a really big renovation budget, but get that premium dollar. I want to break into the six-figure profit margin.
So six-figure flipping. Yeah, bigger the project, the bigger the return. So the next time we're gonna be talking, you're gonna be at an old craftsman house renovating that. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn some lessons on that one. I can already promise you that. But we will, congratulations, Tyler, again. Again, you guys, he just has murdered 2 flips over the last 6 months. It's a really cool thing to see, and he just totally crushed this house, did it pretty much on his own.
Yep.
And now he's looking for his next deal. This is my favorite test while I'm walking property. Hello? Anybody here?